All right, so an RPG as an educational tool. Here we can see the Roll20 website, which is a virtual tabletop simulator in which you can create your own games. If you click create here, as for example for our project, I just created this Viking history RPG game. But when you create, it will look like 100% blank, and you have to upload all the images, all the information. But the software allows you to do that for free, which is awesome. Okay, on this toolbar here, you can create different rooms, different maps. But the goal is to play an adventure with the students, along with all the educational inputs and pedagogical outcomes we can design with them. So let me show you what the adventure would be based on. I've selected this image of a very small Townsville in which you will decide your group of students will be one of those four historical Viking characters. Okay. As a matter of fact, those historical Viking characters will be uh, designing tasks for you, and they have free will to do whatever they want. If they want to go here and hunt these deer to get some food, they can. But to make it more easily approachable for people who never play RPG before, you essentially role play a character and you have to go explore this hometown, which you can come up with a name later. So every single number here, it's associated with an image, and as a dungeon master, as the person who designs the game, I can click here and show the image to the players. So the players can see, for example, the runic description in stones that Vikings used to do to report and record their information. So the more you input information here, the easier it will be for the students to analyze, to visualize, and to immerse in this very interesting atmosphere that the game will proportionate to them. But especially in the most interesting aspect of this, it's that you can associate and link with the content you want to work on. And as you can see here, the GM notes, it's invisible to the players. So if I just click here, show to players, show to everyone, it gets like this blue dot in here. They can see the image. You can describe a little bit the person you're seeing as a narrative, as part of the narrative. And the more they explore around here in the map, the more information they can get. So you can just, for example, copy this information here. And the moment you give them, they talk to a character here, and you give this information to them, now they are able to see it. And the more information they collect, the easier it will be. So you can design some tasks. And if they finish the task, for example, collecting food, collecting wood to build the Viking boat, and they, exactly like a game, in order to perform these activities, they have to follow a well-structured gameplay rules, which is based on a series of dice rolls, as every other RPG. So as you can see here, let me just increase the size. You're going to choose an attribute for a character, and every time your dice roll it's lower than the attribute, you will perform an attack, like in a physical combat, or you perform a physical skill like chopping a tree or like hunting a deer. Or when you require like an intelligence skill or a perception check, you need to roll your attribute or a higher number in a 1d6 dice. And where are you going to roll the dice? You can just come here in this corner and click on a dice roll, 1d6. And you just click here and the dice will roll. And in the pop-up here, in the chat bar, you can see the score that then the player rolled in his dice roll. And you can describe the success of the failure, the outcome of their decisions. And based on this, the last thing I need to describe is every single time they want to perform something, you will input, follow this game rules, you will input information as soon as they start exploring this world. And more importantly, you can perform the questions in here as open questions. Remember the GM notes only, the game master can see it. Or you can make open-ended questions associated with the topics you have been discussing and exploring with them. It's important to say that all of this will be a game-based activity, but at the same time, they will be collecting data, collecting information according to a specific rubrics, and in the end, they will have to write down, associate all of this game with an according research sheet. All right, that's it.